to our channel and welcome back to a brand new video. This is the start of a brand new series of videos where we are going to renovate April's bathroom on a budget. We can kind of do it on a budget, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm hoping that everything will come in at less than about £200. So we found something on Marketplace that, fingers crossed, will still be available. We have messaged the lady, but she's out of the country at the minute. So anything like that we go and pick up, we'll take you guys along.
Yeah, so we have been trying to do it all
on the cheap, and doing it all ourselves. And some of it we've never done before. We have no idea what we're doing. We don't know what we're going to come up against when taking mirrors off and tiles off. We don't know what's going to be underneath, so it'd be interesting to see how it goes.
But I'm excited. I've always wanted to get my hands, well, like I've said in previous videos, I would absolutely love to do a house renovation, so this is good
little taster. So we will insert a clip in a second showing what the bathroom was like before, because we've just taken everything off the walls. I had a toilet roll holder up some shelves, so last night we filled all the holes and this morning we've sanded them all, so that at least today we've got it's just a blank canvas. So
because the filler does take a while to set, so we wanted to just come in today and be able to start
crack
painting.
on. So we'll insert the clip now of the before.
Yesterday.
Hi guys, so it's 6:30 at night and we've both just spare of the moment had the urge to come to B&Q to look at some paint samples for my bathroom. So we're both so impatient, and when we've got an idea it's like, we've got to do it now. Let's go now. So Sid was like, should we just go now? I was like, yeah, why not? So we're looking for like a dark olivey green paint for the bottom half of my bathroom walls, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're paneling the bottom half, so we're going to paint it dark green. So let's see if we can find a nice paint in B&Q. So we'll bring you in there with us. And
we might look at the we need some bits of wood for the actual panelling as well. Why can I never say panelling? Panelling. So I've got the measurements, so I know what size I need and stuff like that. And I think B&Q can cut it to size for you, so we might have a look at that as well. Yeah. So come in B&Q with us and let's see what paint samples we can find.
Hopefully they've got one. I just want to get it done. I'm so excited to do your bathroom now.
I'm really excited.
Right.
So we'll see you in there, guys.
See you in there, guys. I love shopping at night.
I know, it might be nice and quiet in there. Right, so Valspar have loads and loads of different greens, but I haven't straight away spotted one that I've kind of gone, 100%.
Bohemian Bliss is nice.
Right, let's have a look.
There as well. I like that one.
I think Bohemian Bliss is probably the nicest out of all of those. So I think this is their own brand. So this is the Good Home Tough and Durable brand. And straight away, the one that we've both said is this Bellina one. And they do it in the Tough and Durable as well. Oh, there it is, Bellina. I don't know if it... Oh, I don't know actually. It's definitely green.
Is there one called Louisville? I screenshot it.
So... it's a bit more toned down than the Bohemian Bliss one. Okay, so we're now looking at Farrow and Bull, and the one that sticks out straight away is this one. It's called Beverley 310. So if we compare it to... See, that one looks really light in the...
I think that is the colour you're going for, isn't it? I think if you want grand... It's the same shade, it is just darker, I think.
This is lighter.
So shall we get some?
Yeah.
Shall we get a sample for?
Yeah, let's get a sample of that one. We're just looking at the shower curtains, guys, and we've just found this one. It's £6 instead of 12, and it's like a linen kind of texture.
We've got a lighter version here.
Sort of neutrally.
We've got this
colour,
£9.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the same brand, Elland.
Same brand, but it's like an off-white.
Off-white linen-y.
Oh, I might get that one then. But that one's... Oh, that one was more expensive originally, though. It was 16, then 12, then 9.
Oh, I want that.
I'm going to get that.
How does it go on? Is it just...
That, I mean, I hate having a shower curtain, but as far as shower curtains go, that's
a posh one.
That's a posh shower curtain, so I think that's going in my basket.
That's
length width we want, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a bed slat, love.
No, but I'm just saying, that's the sort of width we want.
This is it. Yeah, it's this.
So that's what we need.
So they cut it to size for you, don't they?
So the only thing with the panels is that one of them's going to have to slot down just behind the toilet slightly, so it probably can't be too thick. So I think we'll buy one of each of these and then take them home and see if they fit behind. This one definitely will, I think. We'd prefer thicker, but obviously if it doesn't fit, then we're just going to have to go for the thinner strips of wood. So I think it's best to just try them rather than getting them cut.
Yeah, just keep the receipt, we'll bring them back.
See what we think.
And they do have already primed bits of wood, so once we've got the right size, I think we'll get a the primed bits.
So guys, they don't cut these planks here to size, but they did say these big MDF sheets, they can cut these to size for you. So it might
£30
for the whole sheet. So for ease and actually cost wise, it probably won't be much more. I know I won't need all of this, but I think they would be able to cut it all down for me for the size that I need. So that might be the better option. But I think what we're going to have to do is take a sample home that's around this thickness, so we know if that's the right kind of size we need.
Yeah, because it needs to fit behind
It needs to fit behind the toilet, and if it is, then we can come back and they can maybe cut them to size for us.
Yeah,
so it just means we don't have to faff with a saw, and it's not going to cut as well as a proper machine, is it? So that might be the best option. They've got loads of MDF sheets, Sid, look. Are there any around here that are any different? They're a bit thicker. £28. Oh, hang on, this one looks better, Sid. Is that one nice?
Yes.
That one's nice and smooth. A bit too firm, is it? So this one is a bit thinner, but it's MDF and it's really smooth, so
yeah,
that
would take a lot. I don't even think you'd have to prime that. That is so smooth.
yeah, it's so smooth. So
That's
that
like
might be
pre-cut
better.
MDF kits that we just looked at.
Yeah, I reckon that £28, and we wouldn't need all the leftovers, would we? So
No.
what's that? 12mm. So if we can find something for 12mm to take home.
I think we should just get it cut.
I mean, that one probably would fit. I don't know. No, I think we should get a sample. Because if I spend £30, no, we'll get a sample of something that's that width. And then we'll take it home and try it. So you can get loads of like ready-made MDF wall kits to do your own paneling, but the only thing is they're obviously cut to size, and they're fine if you've got a plain wall, but obviously because I've got to go around the toilet and stuff like that.
That's exactly like what we're doing on the
Yeah,
as well.
that's the style, but
they are. This one was already open.
it would mean that we'd have to cut them to size and stuff like that, and they are too wide.
Fit between the,
No, it won't fit between the sink and the toilet, so
we're better off getting our own cut to size.
we'll get our own cut.
You can also do like that style as
Oh.
well. They've got different kits. This one's £15.47.
£15.47. I mean, it's fine if you've got a plain wall that's easy to panel, but mine's a bit trickier than that because we've got a few obstacles to go around.
A few minutes later.
So guys, I just wanted to show you the paint samples that we picked up on the wall. So there's definitely a top contender out of these three. The top two are just a bit too blue. That one's a very sort of light greeny blue. That one's very blue. But this one here, the Farrow and Ball Beverley number 310, is pretty much perfect. It's exactly the kind of colour I wanted. It's not too sort of emerald green, but it's like a dark, really dark olive green. So they didn't have it in stock, but you can order it in for next day delivery, and if you have it delivered to the store, then it's free. So I think I'm going to do that. It's typical that out of the three that we thought might be any good, it's the Farrow and Ball one that we like, which is the most expensive, which is annoying, but
that's always going to be the way. So yeah, really like it. I think that's going to look really nice. So that's just going to be for the bottom half of the bathroom for the panelling. So just quickly as well, this is the bit of wood that we were talking about that's got to fit just behind the toilet. So the panel width for all of it is going to be determined by this one here. So I think we can go a tiny bit wider because these tiles hopefully are coming off. So we can go sort of up to the sink. This is an 11mm sample, but they did 9 or 12. So I think 12 will just about fit. So we just need to measure how wide we think they can go. And then once we know from this one how wide we can go, we can measure up everywhere else. So I'm glad we bought a sample because it's definitely worth trying it before we commit to buying the big sheet, because obviously once you've bought it and had it cut, there's no going back. So yeah, we're going to go back and get the wood cut in a second, and then I'm going to order the paint.
Tomorrow.
Right, so we're dying to get started, so we'll just quickly show you the order in which we're going to do things. We might speed some bits up just because otherwise you'll be here for hours. So first of all, we're going to take this mirror off the wall. This light here is going to come off, but we do need an electrician to help us because it is still live.
Yeah. Doesn't work. It's never worked. It's so ugly and horrible.
It is ugly, isn't it?
Yeah, the mirror's all rusty anyway. So like I mentioned about picking things up off Marketplace, we have found a really nice oval gold antique style mirror, and she had it on for £30.
No, it actually is antique. It's not
Is it?
antique.
Oh, it's actually
an actual
antique.
antique mirror, yeah.
Yeah, so she had it listed for £30, and Sid sent her an offer and said, would you take 20? And she said yes, but she's out of the country at the minute, so it's about 20-minute, half-an-hour drive from us, so not too bad. So we'll take you guys along with us if we go and pick that up. If not, we might go to our local little antique shop and have a look at the mirrors and stuff like that.
I think an antique mirror would look nice because I love like a mix of modern and old.
Yeah.
I think it just goes really nice.
Yeah. And we definitely want pops of gold in here because we think that the dark olive green and the gold is going to go so nice together. So that's coming off first. Our Gramps gave us a tip. Thank you, Gramps. He said to tape up the mirror so that if it cracks, it's kind of all held together. So we'll tape it before we start chiseling away. Then these tiles are going to come off. We did look at like a stick-on splashback instead of the tiles, but
the panelling's going to come up to here anyway.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see if we can get like a waterproof or stain-proof paint instead.
Or like a top coat.
Yeah. Because not everyone has a splashback on their bathroom. When we was looking at inspiration pictures, we noticed that quite a few people don't even have
one. Yeah.
So yeah, I think just having the panelling across the back, it might just ruin it. It might stick out.
It might stick out too much. So hopefully we'll be all right without it.
And then once the tiles and the mirror have come off, we're going to remove the tiles from this bottom bit down here that has got a bit of damp as well. So we're going to try and seal that damp in and then remove all these tiles and hope that what we find underneath isn't too bad to put a bit of filler over and sand it and paint it.
Yeah, so we want it to be green to match the panels.
Yeah, so the panelling's going to come up to where that splashback goes up to. We want it all flush, so we don't want any tiles. I think they'll stick out. So yeah, we're going to try and remove the tiles and paint it and hope it's not too bad once we take the tiles off.
And we're going to paint the skirting green as well, so that it's just all seamless all the way down.
And then along this wall here, these are the panels here that we've had cut from B&Q. We are just going to paint the radiator and panel this wall. You ready, love?
Yay!
We actually bought these for the laugh, but we think they're actually going to be pretty useful because if we're smashing all the tiles off, we don't want bits flying in our eyes.
Safety first, and since we both work in health and safety, we'd be stupid not to wear safety goggles. They were only £1 from B&M.
I was just going to say that.
So we're going to start with the mirror. So move out the way so you can see. So we're going to take this off first. So we're going to tape it all across just in case it smashes. And then one of us is going to hold up a towel up against it in case it cracks. And then we're going to put the contents of it in a bag. Don't need 2 bags.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You pull him?
Yeah, look.
Oh,
It's off!
we got it!
One!
Yay! Oh, that's not even bad.
We did it! Oh, that was
Oh, it was
scary.
blue in here before, look.
Yeah, I thought that.
Oh,
Thank God for that.
that was scaring me a little bit.
Didn't want it to
I
crack.
thought it was
that's all.
going to shatter.
We have just got a few chunks that we need to fill. So let's get that on now.
Who's
and then
Phil?
Phil
Phil?
Mitchell. So we're just filling the big holes that the glue pulled off behind the old mirror. Right,
we're
so
saying it, aren't
let's try and take these bad boys off.
Okay, so this should be a bit easier than the mirror, I reckon.
We
You
hope.
can actually see. You can't really see the top of the mirror either. Look at all that dust already. Just got to be careful. Don't touch the Oh, I've just put my hand in that.
Oh, holy
Holy
moly. So we didn't expect to take this much of the wall off with the tiles. So looks like we're going to need to go and buy a massive tub of filler, and luckily our brother is a builder. We should have just asked him to help us, to be honest, but we were so determined to try and do it on our own. So bless him, he's going to try and see if he can come tomorrow with his power tool to get those bottom ones off, because we've already been here well over an hour trying to get these off. So we're not even going to attempt the bottom ones. So fingers crossed. Our little brother Jed, I say little brother, he's nearly 21, is going to come tomorrow and help us get the other ones off. Go on, Sid. Oh, that is going to take the biggest chunk.
No,
But
it's actually flat.
oh, she's broken the thing.
Flat. We're not doing very well here, are we?
No. So we've just been on the phone to our brother, and he's sent us a filler that he thinks might work. But he said to maybe put some sort of wood primer or undercoat on the wood first to help the filler that we're going to get stick. So we're quickly going to do a coat of this wood primer and undercoat on that bit of wood there. And hopefully B&Q's still open, and we're going to quickly go and see if we can get some filler, because the one we've got only does up to like a 10mm hole. But obviously this is quite a big hole, so
It's a very big hole.
yeah, so we're going to pop to B&Q and we'll be back in a minute.
So this is what it looks like primed.
We found this filler that's for kitchens and bathrooms, and it's damp resistant. Says it's ideal for damp rooms, but it only does up to 5mm. And because the base bit of the hole is wood, we thought we'd do a special wood filler. So we're going to do a layer of wood filler first, like a thinnish layer. Once that's dry, do a layer of that one, because that one's damp resistant and it's special for bathrooms. So we're going to give that a go and
hope for the best.
A few moments later.
guys, we've just had what could be a genius idea, or it could be a completely major fail.
No,
Sid has just read on the back of this kitchen and bathroom filler that you can apply it to tiles. So rather than stress over trying to take all these tiles off, we're going to try and just go over the top of them with a smooth layer. It might take a couple of coats of the filler, sand it, and then paint over the top of it.
I think that's going to work.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's going on quite
As
smooth.
long as it hides all the grout lines, then we
Yeah.
can just paint over it and it will look like...
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Sydney Brown,
I am smart.
you are
A genius.
a genius. Why didn't we think of that? Guys, this is where Sid's cake decorating skills are coming into play.
It literally is like icing a cake.
It actually
Getting
is.
nice and smooth.
Tomorrow.
Hi guys, so it's quite a bit later on the next day. We were hoping that the filler around the toilet on the tiles would be dry, but it's still not dry. We definitely did it too thick, but that's a lesson learned. So we've just covered it with a dust sheet for now, and just to get a bit of a head start, we are going to sand where the mirror was.
All this part here.
Yeah. And then once that's sanded, we're going to do another coat of filler on this hole here. And then once that's done, we're going to paint the top half of all the walls white, because once this is sanded, we'll be able to do the top up, because obviously bottom down is going to be green and panelled.
Yeah, from about here up, it's going to be white.
White, yeah. So it's a shame we can't take that light off yet. That would make such a difference. We're going to have to paint around it for now, but oh well.
Even if like a fresh coat of white paint is
going to make a difference.
It so much brighter in here, isn't it?
Right, so we've sanded above the mirror, so now we're going to fill a layer over this big hole. We're going to probably do a thinnish layer and then let that dry, and then another layer tomorrow. So this is definitely going to take us a fair few days rather than just a day or two like we thought. So right guys, so on to the painting. So we're going to paint the white obviously halfway up, and that will at least make it look not as bad, because at the minute we've got so many different colours going on, especially where the mirror was, because you can see the original paint colour underneath. The filled holes are a different colour.
This
so
is just not looking good right now, is it?
That make a big difference. What?
Tomorrow.
It's now the next day. We're on day, is it 3 or 4? Don't know. Feels like day 200. We've done one more coat of filler in the hole behind the sink. It is going to need at least one more, so it's going to need around 4 coats, I think. Then it was a big hole, and then we've done a coat of primer on the radiator. We used one that stops damp and stuff coming through. This will be green, the same as the panelled part of the wall. So next, I've just taped around the light fitting up there. So we're going to paint that black with black matte metal paint, and we're also going to paint the shower curtain rail as well. I do have a couple of bits to touch up there as well. I've got a little bit of paint that's come off there and a little damp patch there that just needs sorting. So we're going to get those bits painted black, and then I think we can't do too much more until tomorrow, because we still need another coat of filler on that, but it's not dry yet.
So guys, I have just done one coat of paint on the metal curtain pole. It is quite a thin watery paint, so it will definitely need another coat, but I just think that's going to look so good. I love it.
It is going to look really good.
Why buy a new curtain pole when you can just paint your own one?
Exactly.
It's so good. And then April's just painting the lights here with the same paint. I think it's going to work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is covering.
Well, it is for metal, this paint. It's a matte black paint for metal. So.
Oh, I actually can't wait to see this all finished. I think I've smashed it.
So this is what it looks like with one coat of black paint on the shower curtain rod and the light fitting. We've missed a tiny bit there and it's really bugging me. So I'm going to do another coat tonight, and then I'm going to have to get a spray sort of sealant, or like a clear lacquer kind of sealant, to go on both of them. So I'll go and get one of those tomorrow. But we are absolutely loving the black against the white paint. So that's how we are ending day number 3, is it?
Tomorrow.
So it's day 4. She's a whore. I'm joking. Right, so it's day 4. We've just sanded down this block at the bottom, which has gone quite smooth, to be fair. We are just painting it. April found this paint in B&Q and it's weather resistant, so we thought this might be good because it's a small bathroom and it hasn't got a window, so it does get quite damp with condensation. So hopefully this...
It says it's for plaster, So we're just hoping that
it can just give it a little bit of a coat.
a bit of extra protection, because
So
I think just painting on top of that plaster wouldn't have been enough.
yeah,
And obviously we're just painting that with like the green eggshell paint that we've got for the walls and the panels. So
yeah.
we have no idea if this is going to work, but just hope that it will give it a bit of extra protection. And
Yeah.
I've lost a nail today, day 4, and I'm a nail down.
We are absolutely covered in paint. You are really covered.
Lucky the floor's
Dust,
being ripped
paint,
up, because the floor's covered.
And we're on about coat 100 on this plaster in the hole here. We got some filler from B&M and it was quite cheap, but it just wasn't drying and it kept peeling off. So we've just gone and bought some more expensive filler that fills holes up to 20 centimetres.
No, 20 millimetres.
20 millimetres. It's this one here, polyfiller. Deep gap. It will definitely be worth it in the end, so we've just got to keep going.
And the thing is, we're learning, aren't we?
Yes.
I mean, this is the first time we've done anything like this, so eventually when we've got houses and stuff, we've learnt a hell of a lot of tips already. Like, even with this filler on here, we did it way too thick. I'm not like being neat, because all this is going to be painted, and we might actually paint all the panels and the green wall in this as well, like first, because what I said to Sid that I'm worried about is if we paint this plaster, that plaster and the wood, the middle bits might have a different finish if we just go in with the eggshell on those bits. So I think it might be worth just doing
do it all in
all
the
of
same.
the bottom down with a coat of this first, and then at least
I hope
it'll-
that dries quick because it looks like quite a thick,
it
oily
is
paint.
really thick and oily, but then
But then
I
yeah,
guess
that
that's
should
good, because
seal it.
it's gonna be oil based if it's gonna be sort of water resistant. So fingers crossed.
So yeah, we will see you tomorrow on day
5.
5. Oh my god, it's taking forever.
Glad I did book
Well-
a bit of extra time off work.
The thing is, guys, I've gone back to work, so I'm literally just popping around in the evening. So just a couple of hours each evening, which has been quite hard because we're waiting for stuff to dry. There's not a lot we can do in like a couple of hours. So yeah, it's gonna take time. So yeah, that's how we're getting on. We will see you tomorrow and
On day
keep you
5.
updated.
Tomorrow.
Hi guys, welcome back. We are even more covered in paint now. From head to toe.
We have washed these clothes in between, guys, but we obviously don't want to ruin any more clothes. So today we went and picked up a mirror from Facebook Marketplace. Annoyingly, it's not the original one that we wanted. So when we mentioned previously about picking something up from Marketplace, the lady said, yeah, that's fine, pick it up this day, this time.
We arranged the time and then we messaged for the address on the day, literally a couple of hours before we were due to pick it up. And she just let us down.
Ignored us. So
We've not had any messages since.
yeah, we luckily found another one. It was 25 minutes away, this one, so a bit further away than the other one, but it was only a tenner. So,
And we love it. Here it is. So,
love it.
I don't know if you can get the whole mirror in. But yeah, it's going to go on this back wall here.
Oh yeah, hold it
I'll
up.
try and...
Obviously the lights go in, so
The light will be gone, so it'll be about this high. This one actually worked out better than the original one because this one's slightly bigger. The other one was an oval shape.
so we're going for
That's
obviously
fine.
like a slightly vintagey vibe in here, mixing like old and new, aren't we?
Yeah.
So the green panelling,
I think the
And
dark
the
green and that
gold.
gold mirror is just going to be so nice
it's going
together.
to be so good. So today we're hoping will be the
Yeah,
last
nice
day,
day.
but it is quite late. We have started this quite late because we've been helping Mum do something today.
The first thing on the list was to take the old taps off. April did have 2 silver taps that had been in since she moved in years ago. One of them was dripping all the time and it was just rusty.
It was driving me mad, so it started off dripping and I couldn't tighten it anymore, and then literally up until recently it's actually been running non-stop, which has been driving me mad, so perfect time to change
So
them.
they are gone. She did it by following a YouTube video, so we will tag the video
We'll link
down
the video.
below. And there was a few tools that you had to order, wasn't there? So
Yeah, so
we'll link them down below as well.
he does tell you what tools to get in his video, but this one gets up behind the sink and then you can untighten the bolt that's there. This one I ordered because it was another one that he recommended, but it's actually not compatible with my sink. But you never know, it might come in handy one day. But really helpful video. Yeah.
Yeah, and if we can do it, guys, then anyone can do it.
Well, you say that, we've not put the new ones in yet. So we've got some nice brassy gold and cream taps. Shall I go and get them?
Yeah, go and show them.
I'll show you. So I had a couple of Amazon gift cards for Christmas, and I said to Sid I really wanted some like antique gold taps. And what I like about them, the taps I had before, the hot and cold rubbed off on the top literally after a few months, but these are like engraved H&C, and they are the lever taps. Can't wait to put those in. I'm hoping I've done the hardest bit. The problem is, if you've got taps that have been in for years, the bolts underneath are just rusty, full of limescale, so it's so hard to get them off. But putting the new ones in should be easier than taking the old ones out. But we'll do that at the very end because we don't want to ruin them.
Yeah, so first on the list is to sand down this hole, which has been an absolute nightmare, and I think this is why it's taken us so long and so much longer than we expected, because when we took the tiles off, we did take a massive chunk out of the wall, as you would have seen. Next time we know, don't buy cheap materials. I think that's the biggest lesson we've learned. So sand this down. We can then finally paint this wall. We have sanded a couple of patches that were a bit bumpy still that we filled, so we're going to paint this all white, and then we can put waterproof paint over this part here, because it will be like the splashback of the sink
before we paint it green.
And then it's just getting on with the paneling. So that is the exciting bit. I think that's going to make the biggest difference. We've been doing all little jobs behind the scenes, but today will be stuff that actually makes a difference, and you'll be able to see what we've done.
So we haven't filmed like absolutely everything because obviously we don't live together. So when Sid has gone home some evenings or first thing in the morning, I've kind of just like caulked around the skirting boards, and we've resealed the bath.
We've put a new layer of silicone all around the bath and up above on the white tiles above the bath, because if we're going to do the bathroom, we might as well do those little bits that needed doing anyway. Exactly. So it's taken us a bit longer, but we'll speed this bit up and show you once we've finished on day 6. So guys, we are on to the fun bit, the paneling, finally.
So we've not painted over the plaster yet because it needs 2 coats of waterproof paint, and we're going to use the same paint to paint the MDF, so we'll just do it all at the same time. So the next step is to work out the distance that we want between each panel, but that is obviously had to be determined by certain places that are a bit tricky. So
and also the radiator as well. We didn't want any panels behind the radiator.
So this one has to go there. And then over here, like Sid said, we wanted to miss the radiator. So we've sort of measured a few different distances, and this is roughly...
This is the one we think we're going with, which is how many centimetres apart?
This is 55 centimetres apart. We quite like the fact that you've got one tight either side of the sink.
Yeah, I think it will frame the sink nicely once the bar crosses.
Once the bar's across the top. And then we've got 3 panels on this wall here as well, and then obviously there'll be 2 top pieces. So I'm thinking we stick these 3 first, and then the top piece.
Stick the top bar, and then we can line the top piece up on this wall. And
on this one, because we have been slightly off, we think, with the measurements of these 3. They're a tiny bit higher than that one. So we're going to do that wall first so that we can work out how much. It's literally going to be like a centimetre or something, but we have got a saw and we're going to have to just saw a tiny bit off these. So I think we should just get cracking and stick these on.
I think we should as well.
Shall we?
Yes, let's do it. Do a little.
And you have, did it say like 5 minutes to manoeuvre it? So we don't think the edges of the wood
Tilt it down a bit so I can see.
Are completely flat. So what shows is straight on the spirit level might not actually be straight. I mean, we could have tried to sand the edges down, but I think we'll just step back and have a look. I reckon.
To the left.
Oh, that's a big gap though there. I'd go down a tiny bit more. Let's check over here as well.
Well, why don't we try and push this up?
Oh yeah, that'd be better.
So you won't see it. What, is it coming up? Yeah?
Yeah, I'd go up to the top
Yeah, that's
with
better.
cork at the bottom.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Good.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was a much better idea to cork at the bottom.
Yeah, now you won't see.
Okay,
Right.
so we've pushed them up and we're going to
sure
cork
that's
at the
straight,
bottom.
yeah?
Yeah. So now we need to work out how much we need to chop off these.
Okay, so let's put this up on there.
Careful not to like nudge it.
Can't really see.
Down,
Too dark.
down, down. Right, so if I hold that there, you try and put one of them so it sits on the skirting board. Oh, we're like the tiniest bit off. Do you reckon we should just shave them with the sanding block?
I think with that. Just
Right,
do
I
that.
think
just file it a tiny bit with this.
I think stick this though first,
And then, yeah.
and then stand until it fits.
Yeah.
They're literally the tiniest bit off.
That's so frustrating, but not disastrous.
No, because that electric sander will take off the couple of millimetres that it needs. So I need to line it up with that one. Can you take the spirit level out of my hand?
Drop.
Right, and put the spirit level on.
He's on.
Right,
Can you see?
don't
I'm not
stick
sticking
it
it.
down, your end down a lot. Down. Right, stop. Because we can
We
manoeuvre
can
it.
move it, can't we? Oh, it actually looks like it's coming together now. You can imagine what it's going to look like. Okay, so we've just got this tiny, tiny little piece of wool here, which we've had a panel cut for. So that just needs to go in there, and then that's all the panels done except these two. Oh, we having three?
Three, yeah.
So we've got 3 more to go on this wool. It's looking good, guys.
So we've just stuck the last horizontal one on there, and we cannot believe how close we were with the measurements of these. We're literally like a millimetre, maybe 2 at most off.
It's so close.
Which is so annoying. But all we'll need to do is just sand the top of it with the electric sander.
Yeah.
And that'll be
us. Done.
spot on. Look. So the panels are all on the wall. So we've done the hard part. It is looking really, really good. We're really pleased with how it looks so far. So now we're gonna paint the panels and this back section with the water resistant white paint. Once we've done a couple of coats of that, we then need to caulk all around the MDF, and then another day, so it will be another day, we'll need to paint obviously the panels down with the dark olive green colour. So we're going to get cracking with the first coat of the waterproof paint, and then I think that will just be it for today, won't it?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
It's the next day, so Sid's at work today. I took another couple of days off just to try and get this bathroom finished. To give us a bit of a head start, Sid is coming round tonight, but what I'm going to do today is just caulk all around the MDF panels, and then hopefully that will be dry by the time Sid finishes work, and then she's going to come round and we're going to paint it green, and then it's well and truly done. Obviously apart from the floor and styling and everything else, but the main bulk of the work will be done today, fingers crossed. So I have just quickly siliconed behind the sink, just behind there. I forgot to film that, but it's nothing exciting, just to make sure that that's watertight by tonight. And I've also just touched up the white paint just above the panels, because when we were painting the panels with the waterproof paint, although it was white, it was a bit more of a creamy white, and we did manage to get some on the white paintwork up here. So I just taped across the top of the panels and just touched up the bits that needed touching up. So I've done that. So I'm just gonna caulk the panels now, and then fingers crossed by tonight we'll be ready to get going with the green paint.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the final evening of the bathroom renovation. Woo!
Well, the decorating part.
Yeah, the decorating part, but can't wait to put the paintbrushes down and actually go and get my nails done. I've taken my nails off today because they were just covered in white paint, filler, plaster, and everything else you could think of.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're painting the panels green today. And we are hoping we're going to love it because we actually quite like them how they are now.
The white does look really nice and clean and crisp.
I will show a clip
Oh, you've seen earlier as well.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Guys, you won't even believe how badly this has gone. Oh my god. So this absolute melon down here only went and bought metal paint instead of normal paint, didn't you?
Right, in my defence, on the website they all say Farrow and Bull eggshell, and they're different sizes in the colour, and it says there estate eggshell. In the tiny stupid writing it says for interior wood, metal and cabinets, but you can't get the wall paint in this size, and that's obviously, I just obviously picked the smallest tin, and they all are listed the same on the website until you zoom in and read the small print.
That's what the small print's for.
The title doesn't say that.
She's blaming the paint, but all of a sudden we're painting it on and we're thinking, oh, it's got to dry soon. It's just not drying, and then it's like stuck to our hands. We're like painting and it's not even like, yeah, it's just so sticky. So I checked the paint tin to see what sort of paint it was, and yeah, there it is, metal paint. So
it's a new treat on the radiator.
I mean, yeah, the radiator's looking good.
And I even did the silver metal pipe bit so that it blends a bit with the wall. So I think that's going to look good.
So yeah, it was worth it. How much did you pay for that tin? So yeah,
it's like 28, and now I've just had to spend. So the smallest tin they do in this paint was a 2.5 litre, which was it 54 or 56 pounds?
I can't remember.
So they don't have it in stock in store, but I've ordered it and it'll be there tomorrow by 1 o'clock. So
yeah, another £50 odd later, and another evening of mine sat in your bathroom.
But we can tell the colour is going to be nice.
Oh yeah,
two coats.
It looks really it looks lighter.
Like if you look at the radiator
in the camera, that's more of a true reflection of what it looks like in real life. And after a second and third coat, it's definitely the colour we were going for.
Tomorrow.
Hi guys, so it's now the next day. Sid's at work, but it's my last day off today, so I thought, do you know what, to save her having to come here again tonight, I thought I'd go and pick up the paint and do a couple of coats myself and just get this painting done, because it's been driving us both absolutely mad and taking up all of our evenings as well for the last, well over a week. So I'm going to show you now what it looks like, and obviously it's not styled, so we're going to show you that in another video and get some new floor. So excuse the floor, it is covered in paint, but it was so stained, and it's got like damp stains as well that have come through, so that will be ripped up soon. We will take you shopping with us to have a look at some flooring and see kind of what I like. And in that video we'll probably show you the bathroom fully styled as well. So I'm going to flip you round and show you the finished decorated bathroom. So guys, this is
the finished, panelled and decorated bathroom. I am just beyond happy with it. It's by no means perfect. I mean, we're not professionals, so, you know, we're not saying to take our advice when it comes to decorating or doing panelling. But for our first attempt, and the fact that we had to take the tiles off the wall there and plaster over the tiles down there, we honestly couldn't be happier with how it looks. And the fact that I managed to change the taps myself, I'm just over the moon, because I was a bit worried. The pipes are quite rusty and old, so I knew it might be a little bit of a struggle, and I just did it by watching a YouTube video, but it definitely paid off. So it does need a good scrub in here. So I do need to really give the bathroom a deep clean, and I have got some bits of paint that we've got on the side of the sink, so that will come off really easily. But how amazing are these new taps? I absolutely love them. They're the ones that twist on the side, and I also got a new gold chain for the plug, and painted with some rub and buff and sealed the plug hole and just round the rim there and around that little hole there. Same with the plug on the toilet. I might give them a bit of a better finish. It was a bit of a quick 5-minute job, but I do think it really looks nice. So what is still to do in here? We need to get the mirror up on the wall. This light's coming off, and then I've got 2 lights going either side, so they're due to come in tomorrow. My electrician said to me to just let him know when they arrive, and he'll let me know when he's next in the area. So it may be in a week, it may be 2 weeks, it depends on his availability. So obviously as soon as that's up and we've got the rest of it styled, we will show you it all finished completely. But the decorating is finally done. So I love the fact that the radiator's the same colour, it just hides it a bit more. And I absolutely love this colour of green. So we've already said it, but I'll link it below. It's the Farrow and Ball Beverley 310. So it's like a really nice dark olive green. It goes really nice with gold as well. So yeah, I'm so excited, guys. I have just touched up a little bit of the paint, so if it looks a bit streaky in some places, it's because I've just touched it up. But yeah, finally done. So thank you guys so much for watching and coming along with us on this bathroom reno journey. We can't wait to take you along to pick the flooring, because it's an absolute monstrosity. Absolutely hate it. And obviously excited to show you it styled. So I've already ordered quite a few bits for in here. I'm not overdoing it, I'm not going to clutter it, but I've got a few nice pieces that will just really finish it off nicely. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you very soon in the next one.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We going? Yeah. I'm back. Come on then. Let's B&Q it. Tell me when. Hi guys. Oh. Bye.
Oh, bye, love. Are you stuck in the door?
I thought I'd be able to get through.